Friday video time, and the first thing I'd like to say in this Friday video is that Tuesday is a magnificent day because it's my birthday on Tuesday. Yes, and for those of you who are wondering, I'm getting Rockband on the PS3. Why the PS3? Because if I got it on the 360, I wouldn't be able to get the download content because I don't have Xbox Live. Not that it's the easiest thing in the world getting download content for the PS3, because you have to go through all this shitty stuff involving getting a fake American address and fake American virtual credit card type thing so you can download American stuff onto a UK PS3, which is completely ridiculous and tedious, but it is the only way to get the download content without Xbox Live. Yes, and the other thing I would like to say today is that I'm working on 5 different reviews at the moment. That may seem like quite a lot, but I am on my summer holiday, so I have 6 weeks to work on them all. And these reviews are Elite Beat Agents, Action 52, Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, Toy Story 2, and the entire Super Smash Bros. Series, Super Smash Bros., Super Smash Bros. Melee, and Super Smash Bros. Brawl. These are all the ones I'm working on. The ones I'm mainly focusing on at the moment are Action 52. I've recorded quite a bit of game footage for that, completely hate it. It's a really shit game. And Elite Beat Agents, which as we all know is the co-op review. We ran into a few problems with that, but those problems are now fixed, so you will be seeing the Elite Beat Agents and Action 52 reviews in the near future. When, I don't know, but in the near future. Finally, the last thing I'd like to say today is I have to say hello to Charlotte from school. Hi Charlotte, how are you doing today? Good. So that is pretty much it for now. Let's get started with the questions. Well, actually, I don't have Halo 3 because I don't really like shooting games that much. That's the really only reason I don't have it. So, yeah, I don't really have an armour because I don't have Halo 3 at all. Oh yeah, Viewtiful Joe. I have heard of that game. In fact, I know for a fact that it's a good game, but I haven't played it. But judging from the videos I've watched from it, the reviews I've read from it, and the things people have said about it, I know for a fact that it's definitely going to be a good game, so I should really consider getting that probably. Maybe on the DS, because I know there's a DS one that's probably pretty good. So, or the GameCube one. The GameCube one is good as well, yeah. So I'll probably get them sometime. I have indeed, but I was actually very lucky to find one, because I mean, the average arcades nowadays are you've got your Mario Kart game, your Resident Evil game in the corner, a few other shooting games, a few other crappy driving games thrown in there, and that's about it, because the arcades pretty much near where I live aren't that big, it's just a few basic machines. So pinball machines are generally hard to find, so I was very lucky the time I did find it. It was many years ago. When I did see it there. But I have played one once. It was very fun. Much better than video game pinballs, of course, but I think we can all imagine that. So yeah, just the once really. That would probably have to be Luxray from the Pokemon Diamond and Pearl games, because although the legendary Pokemon are like really strong, but I wouldn't call half of them cool. I mean, Palkia looks a bit deformed, and Dialga's like, yeah, okay, he looks powerful and strong, but not necessarily cool. Luxray, on the other hand, looks cool. He's a freaking lion creature, and he's blue, and he's electric, and he's so awesome. So yeah, Luxray is the coolest. Here. Let's rewind it to the bit where I said I don't have Xbox Live. Because I don't have Xbox Live. Okay, we have some breaking news here, which might be quite funny to some people and heartbreaking to others. Scrabblebox Face has just been thrown away. He is now way in a dump somewhere. 100 feet underground. I don't really know what we're going to do. We're going to have to buy a replacement Scrabble box. Shit. Well, I think they're an okay band, not necessarily spectacular, and their songs aren't incredibly exciting. I think that's the one thing that I don't like about them. However, I must admit the guitars are very, very good indeed. Very good guitarists in that band. But I guess, as I said, the songs aren't particularly that exciting, so that's why I don't like them that much. However, they are still pretty good. Well, as we all know, I don't have Rockband yet. I will be getting it on Tuesday, as I stated before. But I do have Guitar Hero 3, and that is a very good game. However, I still think that Rockband is going to be better. Bear in mind I haven't played it yet, but I'm pretty fucking sure, especially since the price of Rockband is very high, that it is going to be a lot better than Guitar Hero 3. Well, I've never really been a big fan of Ed, Edd and Eddy. I mean, it's an okay show, but I've always liked Dexter's Laboratory and Cow and Chicken better. That said, I still think Ed, Edd and Eddy is a million times better than pretty much every single show that's been on Cartoon Network since about 2003. I mean, Cartoon Network went way, way, way downhill starting about then. As soon as they showed stuff like Shaolin Showdown, that is about when the Cartoon Network went down the shitter, so all the original shows, including Ed, Edd and Eddy, are much better than all of the shit that they show nowadays. As for Metallica, yes, I do like them. My favourite songs for them are 1, Enter Sandman, Fade to Black, Master of Puppets to a lesser extent, but that too. So yeah, Metallica are a very good band indeed. So everyone, now is the time for Guess That Game. And yes, the intro for Guess That Game is getting very ridiculous. Next week we're going to have 4 guitars. So, anyway, without further ado, let us begin the Guess That Game. And this week's Guess That Game is... So if you think you know what that game is, then please send me a private message saying the name of the game. And remember, if you don't send me a private message and leave a video comment instead, then Scrabbleboxface will rise up from the junkyard which he has been buried in and will kick your ass. So you have been warned. Last week's Guess That Game was Spyro 2 on the PS1. Let's have a look at the people who guessed that right. Okay, this week we're actually going to read the names on the list because I have been told that people like it when I say their names. Interesting, but okay, let's give it a shot. So the people who guessed it right were Nfrog, Anime God 500, Gamers Dude 777, Samus RN11, Crazy Sam 994, Greg 1GG, Innocent Shadow, Herb Hen, Pap Rap, Sonic Fan 1232, Lee Hone, Jet11, Depressinator, Ian2K7, Dark Drifter UK, Justin McCall 13, and City1. However, the first person to guess that right and the overall winner was Nfrog. I'm sorry, that was weird, but never mind. And now for the random poll, and this week's random poll is, what do you think of trolls such as Gun Fever and Jokerstein 1? Now, personally, I think that people are giving them way too much attention, like, say they did something that pissed you off, such as complain about your videos, compare you, say you're an anti-video game nerd, rip off, or even worse, like Jokerstein 1 does, say that Jesus is going to hunt you down, kill you, and blah 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 blah. Really, you should just try your best to ignore them because these trolls feed on attention. If they get attention, they'll stay. If they don't get attention, they'll soon fuck off. Obviously, someone is always going to reply to them. It's never going to be a time when everyone ignores them. It simply can't happen, but quite a shame, really. But yeah, so the best thing to do would be to ignore them, but obviously that's never going to happen. So I would also like to see what you people think, so if you have a say in this, then please vote in the random poll. In last week's random poll we asked, what do you think is better, Coke or Pepsi? And in total there were 103 votes for this. 62 people said Coke, 32 said Pepsi, and 9 people said that they don't like either, which means that Coke is way more popular than Pepsi. Who'd have thought it? One last thing before we go though, if you're a fan of the Friday video series and you like Q&A type videos, then please go to Great Expectations live video page where you'll find like a Q&A video series there. And with that said, that ends this week's video. I am off to work on some more reviews, which you'll all see in the near future. So until next week, where there will be another Friday video next week because I have plenty of time to make it, goodbye!